Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really zeroing in on generating leads using LinkedIn.
Yeah, getting leads on LinkedIn, it's a big topic.
It is, and we're trying to sidestep, the usual barrage of quick fixes you hear about. We want to dissect a method that feels more strategic and, frankly, less annoying.
Definitely less annoying. And it seems to be genuinely effective for quite a few people. We've been looking at insights based on how Coach BK Han helps others get results there.
Right, focusing on the method itself, not the person specifically.
Exactly. And our mission here really is just to pull out the key repeatable steps from that approach, to give you, the listener, a kind of shortcut to understanding this value-first strategy. It's not about the hard sell right off the bat.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that, because
Yeah.
I think the first thing that jumps out is what this approach isn't. It's not those direct messages, right? The ones that seem to, multiply the second you connect with someone.
Oh, precisely. The general feeling, and what we've seen, is that mass DM outreach, just hoping someone bites, it rarely works well. Like one viewpoint put it, people aren't just sitting on LinkedIn waiting, hoping for a sales pitch in their inbox.
Oh, it feels really intrusive most of the time.
It does. It's kind of like walking into a party and just immediately trying to sell something to everyone you meet. Doesn't quite work.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's that other thing you see all the time. The comment below and I'll send you my free guideposts.
Ah, yes, the comment yes strategy.
You've seen those, right?
Yeah.
A sort of vague post than this offer.
Well, what's interesting there, or maybe problematic, is why people comment. Often, it's just for the free thing. It's not necessarily because they have a genuine interest in the actual service or product being hinted at.
So you get a list of names, maybe, but are they quality leads? People actually interested beyond the freebie?
Often not. The connection feels, well, pretty artificial. There's no real groundwork laid.
Okay, so if those kinds of aggressive or, let's say, purely transactional tactics aren't the way to go,
Yeah.
what's the alternative? This method we looked at, the one based on Coach BK Han's work with clients, seems to have, what, 3 core steps?
Exactly right. 3 steps. And the absolute foundation, step 1, is creating exceptionally valuable content. And I mean genuinely valuable, not just, thinly veiled ads or self-promotion.
It's about serving the audience first, giving them insights they can actually use.
Yes. And here's where it gets a little tricky, perhaps. There's a crucial balance
A balance between what?
between your deep knowledge, your expertise, and what the LinkedIn audience actually wants to consume and how they want to consume it.
Right, because you might know your stuff inside out,
Mhm.
but the person scrolling LinkedIn may be between meetings.
Exactly. They're probably not looking for a 50-page white paper in their feed. They want something digestible, engaging.
So how do you bridge that gap? Take
Yeah.
deep knowledge and make it feed-friendly.
That's the skill. It's about synthesizing. Turning that expertise into formats like really interesting carousels that break things down visually, or maybe compelling stories that illustrate a point, or even practical cheat sheets, quick wins.
Things that grab attention, but also deliver real value quickly.
Precisely. Transforming that potentially, let's say, stale or dense knowledge into something genuinely useful and engaging for them.
I could see how that might take some practice at first, reframing your own expertise.
It definitely can. It's a shift in thinking. But apparently it gets easier, more intuitive.
Okay, so that's step 1. Create genuinely valuable, audience-focused content. What comes next? What's step 2?
Step 2 is all about consistency. Posting extremely consistently.
How consistent are we talking?
The recommendation seems to hover around 5 times a week.
5 times? Okay, that's quite a bit.
It is, but it's about building that presence, staying top of mind, not necessarily overwhelming people, but being reliably there.
And it's not just frequency, is it? The timing matters too, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. Posting at roughly the same time each day, ideally informed by your own analytics when your audience is actually online and engaging.
Right. Meeting them where they are, when they are there, makes sense.
And variety helps keep it fresh, too. You don't want to post the same type of thing every single day.
So mixing it up.
Yeah. Using video, those carousels we mentioned, maybe infographics, text-only posts, sometimes even relevant selfies or photos if appropriate for your brand.
And I imagine there's a way to be efficient about this. Creating 5 pieces of content a week sounds like a lot of work.
Well, yes. Repurposing is key. Smart repurposing. You might take, say, a longer video discussion and chop it into several short, punchy clips for different posts.
Or turn key ideas from that video into a carousel or a graphic.
Exactly. Get maximum mileage out of each core piece of content you create. Work smarter.
Okay, so Step 1, great content. Step 2, post it consistently, varying the format. Now, how does this actually turn into leads? Where does the conversion part happen? That must be step 3.
That's step 3, precisely. And it's simple, really, including a call to action, usually with a link in almost every post.
Almost every post. Really? Doesn't that feel a bit
No, wait,
ups or hurt your reach?
You'd think so, maybe. But interestingly, the observation is that consistently including a web address, a link, hasn't seemed to negatively impact reach or visibility in the way some people fear.
Huh. That's a really important finding. So people are still seeing the posts, even with links.
It appears so, based on the results seen.
Okay, so what kinds of calls to action work best here? It's not buy now, I'm guessing.
No, definitely not a hard sell usually. It's about guiding interested people to the next logical step in engaging with you or your offer.
Like what, for example?
It could be inviting them to join a free webinar on a related topic, or maybe fill out a short assessment to understand their needs better, or subscribe to a newsletter where you provide ongoing value. It needs to feel like a natural extension of the value you just provided in the post.
So it connects directly to the content they just consumed.
Exactly. If they found the post helpful, the call to action offers them a clear path to get more help or information on that topic. Gentle guidance.
That feels much more organic, less pushy.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're doing these 3 things consistently. What happens then? Do your leads just pour in immediately?
Not usually, no. It's more of what you might call a snowball effect.
Right, it builds momentum.
Precisely. It accumulates over time. You might start with, say, 5 leads in the first month, then maybe 10 in the second, perhaps 50 in the third. As your content resonates, your consistency pays off, and your audience grows, those numbers can really climb, potentially reaching, significant numbers per week eventually.
So patience is required. It's a long game, not an overnight trick.
Definitely a long game. You're building trust, building an audience, demonstrating value consistently. That takes time.
And to know it's working and which parts are working best, you need to track it, right?
Absolutely. Tracking is crucial. Using unique URLs, maybe with UTM codes or similar tracking, allows you to follow that user journey. See which LinkedIn posts are actually driving people to, say, sign up for the webinar or eventually make a purchase.
So you can see what content resonates and leads to action.
Yes, provides that invaluable data to refine your strategy. And when you look at the bigger picture, this whole approach highlights how LinkedIn can be a really powerful organic channel.
Organic meaning free, essentially. No ad spend required if you do it right.
Exactly. A potentially very valuable source of leads and sales, just based on providing value and having clear calls to action.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap those 3 core steps again.
Sure. Step 1. Create genuinely valuable content tailored to your audience.
Step 2, post that content very consistently, like 5 times a week, mixing up the formats.
And step 3, include a clear call to action with a trackable link in nearly every post, guiding people to the next step.
Create, post consistently, call to action. Sounds straightforward enough.
The framework is straightforward. The real work, especially initially, is in that consistent creation of truly high-value content. Nailing that first step is key.
So for you listening, as you think about your own LinkedIn efforts, what part of this resonates most? Is it that relentless focus on delivering value first, or maybe the discipline needed for that consistent posting schedule?
Or perhaps the idea of including a call to action almost every time.
Yeah, what aspect feels most interesting or maybe even the most challenging for you to implement?
It really underscores that power of leading with generosity, doesn't it? Giving value and then making it easy for interested people to connect further.
Definitely food for thought as you navigate using LinkedIn for lead generation.